Hey, grade 9. So we are on chapter 11 and 12. We managed to get that done today. And so we're continuing summaries. I'm encouraging you to do some paraphrasing as we move forward. And we're also working on a research paper in the second half of the class. So be sure that you get that done. September 30th is the deadline for that. So we've asked you to have your rough draft completed by Friday. So you can have some time over the weekend to work on your good draft and get it in by the 30th, which is actually Wednesday, a week today. Okay, so be sure you check out Google Classroom for updates and other information that you will need. Okay, so let's get through the review of chapter 11 and 12. So let's get to that. There we go. Okay, so the giver, currently the receiver memory. So be sure that you're not mixing up the receiver memory. So we have technically two, but the giver formalizes his relationship with Jonas as Jonas is the receiver memory, and the current receiver memory has now changed his title to the giver. He's the one who's going to give memories to Jonas, and Jonas will now absorb that, retain those memories, and as he will learn a little more the significance of holding on to those memories. Okay, so the giver transmits the first memory to Jonas, the new receiver memory. And it's a memory of riding a sled downhill during the winter. And so he's feeling sensations he's never felt before. And for a little bit there, he's trying to find what those words are to describe the sensations, the objects, what he sees and what he hears. And they start coming to him. And the author, Lois Lowry, uses italics, and those are the words that are kind of slanted in text. And so when you look at those words, those are being emphasized. There's importance to those words. And so we learn about he learns what it's sled. He's able to actually call it a sled, call it snow, and things like that. So we did an activity of choosing something in the classroom that you would write down words of description that would identify what that object is without even telling us what the object is. So we're going to figure out what that is when we return to class. First time doing it, so it's you're my first group doing this, so we'll see how it turns out. Jonas has never experienced snow or anything like that, so it's all brand new to him. Have you ever had that experience where you had something brand new? Like, how did you react to it? He feels at peace after receiving the memory, and so he asks, or he questions the giver, and he tries to do it in that precise language thing, but the giver says, "Don't call me the receiver memory. I'm now the giver." So the giver explains that people chose sameness, and when they did, they chose the climate control, resulting in the means to produce more food, increase abilities, and transport things. Okay, so to get something else, they gave up something big in return, such as these memories. Jonas questions the giver about pain that he had been told that he would have to endure. The chief elder mentioned that in her speech during the December ceremony, and the giver hesitates on that because he's being very careful, because if you recall, last time they attempted this 10 years ago, it didn't work out. So the giver's taking it slow, but Jonas, he's anxious. Like, if you've done something brand new and you like it, you want more of it, right? You want to keep having these memories, these experiences. The giver states that he's not sure how to explain the pain that awaits Jonas. So, like I said, he's hesitating, holding out. So a little foreshadowing there. He receives the pain of sunburn, and he thinks that's pain, but it's not. So Jonas is in for a surprise later on. And he doesn't acknowledge this comprehension that Jonas is expressing after each new experience. Like I said, the giver is taking it slowly, and he has no choice but to take it slow because he doesn't want to scare Jonas off. Chapter 12, we have Jonas has a dream of the sledding again, but he doesn't share it with the family because that's one of the rules he has to follow. He does not have to participate in dream telling. Okay, and he lies to his family too because he's not allowed to lie. It's about going down a hill on a sled and snow to a destination unknown. And that destination unknown, I want you to remember that because it's foreshadowing what's going to be coming up later in the novel. He cannot articulate what lays beyond the place where he stops in his dream. So he sees a structure, he doesn't know what it is, but he can't see past that. It's like there's a barrier and it's unclear to him. So remember that part, please, okay? He has a good feeling about the dream, but cannot figure out why he has this emotion. So he feels good, but he doesn't know why he feels good, okay? At school, he feels alienated from his friends because he's not allowed to discuss his training like everyone else can. Remember when he was, when they announced him as the new receiver memory, everyone, parted the sea, so to speak. They allowed him to pass through as they stood on either side of him, and it's like if you don't understand what that is, it could feel like you're being snubbed or in his case alienated. Okay, separated maybe it would be another term. Jonas sees Fiona, and all of a sudden her hair changes color to red. And so the red color is very powerful color for Jonas, but he doesn't know what it means. The apple was red, the ceremony, the audience in the ceremony become more vibrant, those kind of things. So that scene beyond is becoming more evident as Jonas progresses here. The giver states that the community gave up a lot to reach the level of sameness in order to gain control over everything or most things. The giver is surprised at how quickly Jonas has begun to comprehend the philosophy behind sameness and how intense Jonas's feelings are becoming. So the more Jonas becomes engaged with the sharing of memories, that's testing the giver too, because if he goes too fast too soon, we might have a repeat of what happened 10 years ago. All right, so that's where we left off today. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Check out Google Classroom as well. And continue to be on time like you're doing. You're doing a great job with that, so keep it up. All right, so take care, be safe.